We just touched down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we are at one of the biggest business conferences for women in business. There are women here that have paid an upwards of $15,000 to be in this room. So we are gonna find the millionaires here and we're gonna ask them the blueprint to how they built their first million. Let's get this video rolling. Okay, we made it inside the convention center, but the problem is we don't actually have a ticket to the event, so we might have to sneak in. There's like 3,000 women here though, so I think we can blend in and make it happen. Let's go. If we can make this happen, there are some interviews here that have never been done before in Hard Knocks history. So there's no choice. We have to find a way to get in. Excuse me, ladies. Which one of you guys are millionaires in this group?
I am spiritually and energetically. It just hasn't materialized yet.
That is the best answer. What is one thing you learned at the event today?
You need to work on eliminating the self-doubt. We all have something that's holding us back. We need to get rid of that. We need to believe in ourselves. We need to just get it done.
Let's go. Nice meeting you guys. Who am I here with today?
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the founder of the app Stella.
Let's go. You just spoke at the event. I have one question for you. So how old were you when you made your first million?
I was 23.
23 years old. And if you could give advice to the next generation of entrepreneurs on how they can make their first million, what would you tell them?
I would say that if you feel ready, you've already waited too long. Speed beats everything. Obsession beats everything. I don't have a content calendar. I don't have a content planner, but I have a content obsession. And that is why my content does so well consistently. I'm so obsessed. I might not be the smartest person in the room. I might not be the most talented, but I will definitely be the most obsessed. And I think when things get hard, the thing that's going to take you over the edge is like extreme obsession. Yeah. And also I'm ADHD, and I believe my ADHD is my greatest superpower. I think the next generation of millionaires and billionaires are all going to be ADHD, because the thing with ADHD is we hyperfixate. We have laundry piling up, dishes in the sink, and we're late to everything, but we are hyperfixated on the things that actually move the needle, and the things that we obsess over become billion-dollar companies. So
that is powerful. That thing that maybe you were bullied for, or that thing that made you feel like you weren't enough at some point potentially, is actually the superpower that brings you to your millions.
100%.
So powerful. Thank you so much. You have incredible advice. It was nice to meet you. We're gonna go find the next millionaire. Let's go. Okay guys, we made it into the event, and I think I see one of my first event interviews. Blake has helped build the behind the scenes of Shelby's company, many other companies, and he also has a huge real estate portfolio. We're gonna try to grab him for an interview. Let's go. Excuse me, sir. Who's the richest one here?
I got cheese. That guy got chicken. I was talking.
You got chicken? What does that mean? What do you do?
I am a co-founder, a partner. I run one of the largest luxury real estate businesses in the U.S.
What's the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
Well, this year, in one of our businesses, we'll do a little over $60 million.
Let's go. And how old are you?
I'm 29 years old.
If you could talk to a young entrepreneur today, what would be that blueprint to start from zero and get to where you are today?
I tried everything, and I kept failing, and I kept failing, and I kept failing. I kept asking God, like, what is my mission? What is my purpose? I don't understand. I'm so hungry. I'm so entrepreneurial, but every venture that I'm starting is not working. And then one day I step into this world of building businesses in this creator world, and everything that I had failed at lined up perfectly to where I had enough expertise to go absolutely crush this thing. So I don't think that people take enough at-bats. They try and decide when they're young exactly what they want to do, and I had no clue what I wanted to do. 5 years ago, I had none of it. I was serving takeout food at Wood Ranch Barbecue and Grill. I'm partners with Shelby Sapp. She's the biggest creator for women in the world, and I believe that she's the next Tony Robbins, and we're building $1 billion business around her.
What would be those first steps to starting to make those connections as a business owner?
I didn't really have any connections. My connections were podcasts, books, and really I was hustling, man. Like, I had a ton of discipline. My name is Mr. 4 to 8 because I wake up at 4 a.m. every single day, no matter what, and I go to sleep at 8 p.m., and that's just how I operate.
You've built an incredible portfolio. If me and you were to die tomorrow, what would be that last message you would want to leave with the next generation of business owners?
Heavy. A few years ago, my dad called me and he said, hey, I have to go into surgery. They've spotted something on my heart. My dad's super healthy, and they did an MRI, and he had his valve was plugged, and they needed to do immediate heart surgery. During that time, the advice that he had given me was that I was taking all of this stuff way too serious. There's so many missed opportunities to live in the present and live in the moment, even like on a day like this where I could be running around freaking out about everything that's going on, and speakers aren't here, and money's over there, and we're losing stuff here, or I can sit in the moment and be proud of what we've created, be present, invite my parents and my family into this and tell them, hey, I love you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be able to build something like this, for bestowing the knowledge and giving me the energy that I need to be able to do something like this. Since I've started living more in the present, giving myself time to meditate and really being, genuinely happy about what I'm doing, live in alignment and go make your thing happen. That's what I would say.
It's incredible, powerful. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
This has
So
been an
nice to meet you.
incredible interview.
Dangerous person is the person that's inside your empire.
We found our way into the event, and now we just got invited into the green room. So we're gonna go behind the scenes. We're gonna go get some interviews with some of the speakers. Let's go. Excuse me, miss. Question for you. Are you a business owner by chance?
Yes, I am.
What is your business?
I do digital marketing, online, and business consulting.
What is the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
In a year, 1.2 million.
1.2 million?
Yeah, last year.
What's your highest month?
330,000.
Let's go! For somebody that wants to grow an online business right now, what would be your number one piece of advice for them?
Integrate AI into whatever you are offering. The biggest companies are using it to make more money rather than running away from it like they're scared.
A lot of entrepreneurs are scared of AI. They think it's
Yes.
going to replace them.
Mhm.
How can they use AI as a tool to help them scale?
Sell execution to their buyer. Last year, people had to pay a graphic designer, copywriter, pay a funnel builder. But now I've trained them on how to use AI agents, giving a personalized result to their buyer. All the fitness coaches were selling PDFs, step 1, step 2, step 3. But now I'm teaching people how to sell offers to where someone can plug in their height, their weight, their goals, their budget for a meal plan, and in a click of a button, get a tailored result to their situation.
More personalization, and it saves the coach a ton of time.
Yes.
Win-win.
When you integrate AI, the person that's buying from you is getting exactly what they came for right on the spot. So now your refund rates are lower, your conversion rates are higher, and you're building a relationship to where the client will keep spending money with you, and AI is not replacing you at that point. It's helping you make more money.
What is something that you see a lot of business owners doing wrong with AI right now?
I see a lot of business owners using AI to replace their creativity rather than amplify their creativity. So if you want to use AI to make better content, use what you already came up with yourself and have AI make it better. Don't have AI think for you.
What would be one piece of advice that you would give somebody starting from zero today?
Put God first, because a lot of people try and lean on their own understanding. God called you to do something, and when you're doing what he calls you to do, it's going to take off.
Who is your God?
My God is Jesus Christ. I was able to become the first millionaire in my family at age 21. When I was 12 years old, I was homeless. So to go from homeless to first millionaire in my family, that's nothing but God. A lot of people are chasing money rather than chasing their purpose. People who are only in it for the money, they don't last because it's not built on a good foundation. You make money fast, you can lose it just as fast. The process is what teaches you how to maintain.
Amen. Profit with a purpose.
Amen, yes.
Let's go. Last question I have for you.
Mhm.
If I book my flight, can I come and spend the day with you and show the behind the scenes of your lifestyle?
I mean, you're going to drink a lot of caffeine, but sure.
I'm down. Let's go. You have incredible advice. What was your name?
Ariel Pryor. What's your
Nice
name?
to meet you, Rachel. Every business owner can take a note from Shelby because she is a master marketer, so much so that she has over 3,000 women promoting Shelby this weekend. And how she did this is she set up over 100 photo booths at her event. So now all of these women are getting cute pictures for themselves, for their business, but they're also promoting her event in every single post. Take note of this. Your customers can promote your business if you give them a photo opportunity when they come and have an experience with you. Excuse me, miss. Question for you. Are you a business owner by chance?
I am, yes.
You are? What do you do?
I host events, and then I help other people learn how to host events and actually make them profitable.
Let's go. What is the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
How about we go amount of money on a single event?
Okay, what is it?
115,000.
115,000 on a single event, a
Yes.
single day.
Yep, 4-hour event.
Okay, I want to get the secret to event hosting because building a community around your business is a game changer right now.
Absolutely.
What would be your advice to a business owner that wants to build a community-driven business?
First, you have to have a deep understanding of your market. You can't just observe it from the outside and do market research online. You need to have gone to events and have a felt experience of what's happening. And you should solve for one of the pain points that you're experiencing. I went alcohol-free for 4 years. I moved to Miami and I was like, I still want to have a good time. I want a DJ and a dance floor. And I saw a gap in the market and I went out and filled it.
Events can be expensive. How did you do that in the beginning stages?
Working on partnership, venues for free, getting brands to contribute gifted product to the event to make it more valuable. So you don't have to price gouge your guests, but you get to keep your costs low and add value through gifted partnerships. And then eventually, as you scale, getting those partners to actually pay you.
If you could give the blueprint to building a partnership relationship, what would you tell that person?
You have to understand their pain. Ask good questions. They have to like working with you. This is not just brand to brand, it's person to person.
Under promise, over deliver.
Absolutely.
What do you think has been the driving factor of your success over the years?
When I have a vision, just going out and getting it. I'm big on manifestation, but you can't have manifestation without paired action. Start posting content, share your personal story, be vulnerable, allow people into what you're experiencing and build with them as much as possible. When it comes to community, it's how much are your guests actually connecting? We have people meet their future wives, husbands, they've moved in together, they've started businesses together, and that's a sign that we're doing exactly what we set out to do.
You have incredible advice. What was your name?
Thank you, Lucy.
Lucy, nice to meet
So
you.
nice to meet you.
Excuse me, miss. Question for you. Are you a business owner?
I am.
What is your business?
I help women build personal brands.
And how old were you when you made your first million?
I was 29.
What's the most amount of money you've made in a single year?
Well, I've made $3 million over the past 5 years of my business.
Let's break down some secrets.
Okay.
What would be your number one piece of advice to a young entrepreneur today?
People are not buying from businesses anymore. They're buying from people. They're buying personalities. The part most people are missing is they want to be accepted by everybody and they're worried about fear of rejection. You have to be strategically polarizing, stand on your opinions, and be willing to have haters. A magnet is only magnetic because it has those two ends. If you're not willing to repel, you're not going to be magnetic.
If I were to take your entire business away from you, how would you build it back up?
Focus on doing a lot of talking head content. That was something that I didn't do at the start. I hid behind B-roll and text over the screen. What's working a lot right now is like the journey content.
Post you working instead of post your work.
Yes, that trend, exactly. All the decisions that I make in my life, leaving my corporate job opportunities behind to chase a guy that I was falling in love with and move to Spain, who turned out to be my husband, by the way, period. You have to remember that you have this one beautiful life to live and there's so much that you can accomplish, but you're not going to get there if you're trying to stay small and if you're letting fear win. You have to stand in the truth of who you are and what you want.
A lot of women struggle with having the masculine business side, also having a really healthy, loving relationship. How have you been able to find that balance?
This is the hard part, ladies. You have to let go of control. Letting him do the laundry, even though you see it folded and you're like, that's so bad. You have to let it be done because done is better than perfect. It's the same when you're building a business. Sometimes you just have to let it be messy. You have to let yourself receive help.
That's so valuable. You have incredible advice. Thank you so much. It was nice to meet you.
So
What was your
nice
name?
to meet you, Sam.
Guys, this video has been insane. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.